Hey guys, what's up? Pixel Art Builder 583 here again for the first time in this year, one edition of the PAB Magazine. I couldn't do so in previous months because of stress from both real life and online circumstances. But now that both are taken care of one at a time, I'm free to plan more content that I've been having ideas for during the stress. And yes, you know what the first topic will be covered by now.
Yes, of course, that's where I will come in and say it anyway. Microsoft Sam plays Minecraft. Yes, you know that by now. But the twist is, we got more in the palette than ever before. But now, we'll start with the rest of Season 8's development. For starters, episodes 4 and 5 have not been out for a while, with the halftime specials progress currently stagnating in activity or engagement. There was outside involvement in life that led to that result, while also there were some ideas and expansions that have been made in terms of assets and landmarks. Another thing that is in the works is the complete story blueprint of the halftime special, which will stay under wraps until the episode gets released. While there was increasing uncertainty and scripting, with fear that someone would ruin the flow of the story by god modding, Pix proposed of a solution, which is to write story blueprints for major story episodes, specials, and so on. In theory, it would give us the efficiency we'd need to properly script the episodes without further hassle. But who knows how that would work realistically? That remains to be unknown until further notice. But all things considered, development is slow overall, though we are attempting to work closely to be more consistent. For now, though, do not expect Season 8 to be finished anytime soon this year, unless we are to accelerate its consistency in some way. But anyways, with that said, I'll shift gears towards Sector and the Dungeons series, which have both been on an extreme hiatus for the same reasons Pix mentioned. Now, while it has only been a while since Pix made an intro for Minecraft Sector for future episodes, there was a reason for the hiatus. Pix was wanting to catch the audience up with the modern Minecraft updates in a fashion that was previously in relation to the main series, which did not necessarily need the new features or updates, but it needed the story and lore points to return the series back to its original charm. From here on out, Sector will be feature-focused, the main series will be story-focused, and Samco will have both. Because after hearing complaints about the main episodes being longer and more stagnating, we decided that to make the series more consistent, we should make the main episodes shorter as well and more story-focused, that way it gets more consistent. There are also a few more elements that should have been saved for Sector or Samco as well, but we digress a lot. As for Dungeons, it was just a loss of interest that led to the hiatus due to the same old monotony that was off-putting to some people, especially Pix and at least one of his friends. It is uncertain of what we want to do with that series going forward, but if nothing in regards to that changes, something may be done about it. But with all that done and dusted, next topic is here just waiting for you. This one is another series you'd expect explanation about by now, which is of course Microsoft Sam and Friends Play Left 4 Dead 2. Leg 1 of the 10th anniversary extravaganza is out, and as I was saying before, Leg 1 was just the start. One leg, once a month will be uploaded until Leg 4, which will honor custom campaign attempts. To all the fans who watched all the way, since 2015 or earlier, you should know what I'm talking about. The 2 legs before that will be a bit more simple than that, and somewhat more formulaic. If you watched Leg 1 early on throughout, you should know what the hint for it is. In short, one remaining leg once a month up to Leg 4, which should mean 3 more legs and 3 more months to go, if you do the math. And then after that, we'll go back to planning episodes for the main series as well as custom campaign attempts in a bit more innovative way. So now, with that said and done, let's go to the third topic of the list. Killing Floor 2 is the next one here. So now, as you can see from one of the previous few episodes, 2 had Mike and Natural Mike playing the game, while 1 had yours truly alongside Natural Sam. That is for one of those reasons being that we're now including various characters in various points of view in the front, to shake things up in terms of playable characters and so on. Another thing about this season is that we pre-recorded various episodes throughout almost that entire season. However, due to outside stress Pix was feeling, we decided that we are going to scrap the original pre-recordings of episodes 7 to 20, 20 being the episode we pre-recorded up to. Episodes 3 to 6 will stay the way they are, since it would be absolutely frustrating and tedious to do the same thing over and over again just because we are not pleased with the results. While we edit those episodes, we'll be reworking the plans we got for each of the succeeding episodes. So now, with that done and dusted, on to the next topic. And now, here we are to Microsoft Sam and Friends Plays on the Army Trilogy. Yes, it's been a month since the first 2 episodes came out, and yes, it's been a while since we planned on doing something about the other few episodes after that. Yes, those 2 episodes only featured Village of the Dead, which was the start of the game, though I was wanting to give the Mac voices the spotlight too for the next episode, or so forth. If it's spoilery or whatever, let me or pixel art know. But anyway, like the Killing Floor 2 series, we are doing the character shifting, but in terms of team dynamic approaches. It will be different depending on the level that is being played in, as well as the characters who will be playing along. Though I cannot promise that it will be done right away, because Pix still has a busy life ahead of him, and he needs to make sure that is taken care of on the spot, sooner rather than later. But now, we got more company incoming to assist us in this next topic.
That's right. We've got a boatload of news to share right here with you guys watching. And it involves not just series that star Sam, or the series that have all of us working together at once. Nope, we are planning on taking this to a whole new direction.
Is it going to be games, as usual?
Well yes, but we got non-gaming ideas on the cards too. Though we'll handle that much later.
Interesting. Though I think Sam and Pix would know loads more about this, if anything.
It's alright Scotty, all 4 of us are gonna do this together, that way we keep showing the audience how well we work together. You guys ready?
Of course, yes. But who wants to start with their series updates first?
How about I do that, since I'm the least recent and least active in some involvement?
Sure, you can go for that.
I'll go shotgun for this one, like, second after him.
Sounds fair. Sam, do you want to go after Mary or should I?
You go after her turn. Gotta save my stuff for last anyway.
Then it's settled. I'll be going first for what we've all been up to with our series and some ideas for new stuff. Now then, let's do this. For this super topic, I'll first be talking about Radar Overseer Scotty's Retrocraft. Yes, it's been about a year since Season 1 ended. As such, we'll be planning a Season 2. Unlike with the previous season, which had experimentation with very early versions, we'll probably involve more than just versions in the mix of things. Remember when I said before there would be some potential worlds held by me? I plan on using an ancient version for modding as far back as 1.12.2, and probably a few more elements to it like more of us exploring in the worlds and all that cool stuff. But that's not all. I'm trying to come up with some other stuff for myself to play as time goes on, so that way I don't make it seem like I'm piggybacking off of Sam completely. If anyone has any ideas, let us all know.
What if you gave something like an exploration sort of game a chance? Something similar to Shantae but in a different way.
Now that you mentioned that, no.
Something similar to Terraria, perhaps?
Perhaps.
Or maybe a war game like I used to partake in. Something similar to Team Fortress 2 in a way.
It better not be what I think it is, because if it is, then I say fuck no.
It's not anything like Overwatch 2 or any of that sort. What if it's a war game similar to what you used to love playing in the Counter-Strike series?
That wouldn't be too bad, but considering that fell off after CS, Go became CS2, I'm not so certain. Though if I'm gonna be blunt, I want one game that does not include AI or greedy anti-consumer practices from shitty companies that want to make fucking profit. Let me think of this one for right now, okay?
You do you on that one, Scotty. As for me, I'm gonna happily say that with Shantae Advance coming out soon, it's possible that there would be more Microsoft Mary Plays Shantae content in the works, with the majority of the titles on our hands. Not only that, there might be a few other ideas for series I got in mind, especially one game like Stardew Valley, as well as one game similar to Shantae that's currently in early access. Though I will not be hasty and start that right away after consideration, the development team there is taking their time making it, so we appreciate some patience. Yet another consideration I might possibly do is the Tomb Raider saga, which might be much depending on what goes on. But I'll think about that as well. Mike, on to you.
Some stuff like that is a decent amount to think and deliberate. But as for me, I'm gonna say for the record that Microsoft Mike Plays Terraria is currently on hiatus, which I dearly apologize for in those regards. However, I may have some ideas for multiplayer episodes as well, considering the fact that Season 1 is meant to be experimental as well. I may have at least 1, 2, or maybe 3 more episodes in development before that specific season closes off and I get other strategies considered for taking into account. We are also planning into taking into account about one YouTube channel that is partially dedicated to Terraria tips, especially given that I'm a rookie at the said game. Not only is that the case, there's also one other thing I've been considering since 2024. One of the Portal series taking place in between Portal 1 and 2. I have 2 possible options as to which Portal game I should do first, either Portal Stories Mel or Portal Revolution. Both of them take place before Portal 2, but have different, community-made chambers and stories that are very well made. There may be a poll as to which one gets to go first in development, either with Stories Mel or Revolution. This may serve as an interim series during the gap of Microsoft Mike Plays Terraria seasons, though I cannot guarantee it will be that consistent. I will however need to test it all before the poll is made, that way, if anything changes, we'll know what is up. But anyways, last but not least, here you are for the finish, Sam.
Why thank you, Mike. And interesting plans, too. Now then, for my own piece of the idea thoughts, I've been planning on playing 2 more types of games for the content, Deltarune and the Modern Doom Saga. I've got Deltarune Chapter 1 pre-recorded and ready for editing, though do expect the said editing and stitching together to be an outright challenge. I won't go back to back with any of the chapter recordings and editing, because for one, the game is not fully finished in all chapters yet, at least not to me or Pix's knowledge. And for 2, each chapter is long enough, as is anyway, so there will be other content to tide everyone over, while waiting for the right time for the next chapter. That means I will not do one franchise after the other, not one game after the other. But some stuff will be in the progress of development, just like old times. That also means, after I get past one Deltarune chapter at one point, I'll probably do some Doom gameplay, starting with the Dark Ages, since that kickstarts the Modern Doom Saga. While one series is in progress, another one comes in. That'll be how it works, while the rest gets done in any time necessary. But anyways, thank you guys for helping along with this super topic. Now then, time for Pix to go back for his own topics.
Thank you all, Sam, Mike, Mary, and Scotty. Thank you very much for this whole schematic of plans that we have now officially started proposing. But now that all this is done, it's now time for my own stuff to do, which is going to cover M60 Remastered. After 2023's summer, I didn't necessarily get to plan more of it or make 1 inch of progress towards it. And I sincerely apologize in advance for that holdup. Because of reasons I wish not to talk about, there is a big halt in that. Though of course, I've started making deliberations on starting the planning of episodes 5 and 6 of that series while it was on that halt. But it was in complete uncertainty of what I want to do. But now that I am certain again of what to do, I will continue with the progress of each of the episode pairs of campaigns until the last Stand and Cold stream. But this time, I'm not gonna end end it there, because I intend to give it add-on campaign support and a quality raise primarily, and only time will tell what I intend to start that off with. But since I'm keeping track of so many series at once, expect me to be slow on it. Keep your expectations for me to expedite one series production low, especially given I've got a busy life. But also do expect it to be on the Pix-Parsarkin channel from now on, since that's intended to involve non-TTS content in. Not only will we be looking at certain games for my Pix-Parsarkin channel like Minecraft and Left 4 Dead 2 and so forth, I'm looking to expand my repertoire with more of those said games too. And I might one day make a parallel story that mostly has human voice acting, but may sprinkle in a few tidbits of TTS at the same time. Taking a look back at Microsoft Sam Plays Minecraft for my Pixel Art Builder 583 channel, that was the magnum opus of it, and still is to this day. So I'd probably only make it fair if I were to include something similar in my Pix-Parsarkin channel too. That way, if anything, we'd balance out the weight of TTS and non-TTS and make them both coexist in harmony. Though on the gaming side of things, I'm gonna start out small there before making a big story for it. You know what they say, you gotta start out with the weak before you proceed on with the stronger stuff, which is how many games work in the grand scheme of things. Now with all these topics out of the way, it's time for, you guessed it, the recap. So here's what we got. 1. Microsoft Sam Plays Minecraft has more content, especially the main series, Samco, Sector, and Dungeons in development. Just a slow process. 2. Microsoft Sam and Friends Play Left 4 Dead 2 will have 3 more legs, one in each of those months to come. 3. Microsoft Sam Plays Killing Floor 2 now has a lot of variety planned out, with some episodes planned for rework after Quarter 1, Episode 6. 4. Microsoft Sam and Friends Play Zombie Army Trilogy will have some different character rosters for each mission. 5. A lot of TTS video series are being proposed in terms of what to have Sam, Mike, Mary, and Scotty play. 6. M60 Remastered can now continue with episodes 5 and 6. And 7. I'm planning more content for my Pix-Parsarkin channel. And that's about it for this edition of the PAB Magazine. If you lot enjoyed this one, be sure to like and subscribe for more content in the future, if you haven't done so. And if you have any questions regarding what was updated, you know what to do. Anyways, this is Pixel Art Builder 583, signing off. Peace out!